Hello and welcome to our video about the NHS app. So I'm Emma from Learning Plus in Ambleside, and in this video we're going to go through step by step how to install the app and get yourself set up on it. There are quite a lot of steps to this, so I'd suggest probably watching it through and then going through it again having got ready to do it. But what can you do with the NHS app? So first of all, let's look at that. So we're going to be reordering prescriptions. You can use it to access hospital appointments and referrals information. You can connect with your GP practice. You can access your health records, medication history, and you can get health advice on there. For the setup process, you are going to need some information. So the things you will need are either just one of these: a passport, a UK driving licence, a European driving licence, or a European national identity card. So all of those would have a photo on, so that's the main reason for those items. And the other thing you would find useful would be your NHS number. So if you want to go through the process now, then maybe just pause the video, press spacebar is an easy way of pausing the video, and then go and get those things and then come back, and you can press spacebar again just to start playing. So let's find out what we're going to do to get the NHS app. So first of all, you're going to find the app on the Play Store or the App Store. So if you go to your apps, you're going to find this app here, Play Store app. Let's try that. There we go, the Play Store app there. And when you've clicked on that, it will bring up the general screen for that, and you're going to click in this box here and type NHS, and that will bring up a list of options. NHS app is there, so if you tap that, that's what you want. If you're going on the App Store, then you need to find this symbol here, and then the search option is at the bottom of the screen. You're going to tap there to be able to type in NHS and find the NHS app. Okay, so once you've found that, you should have a screen, something like this, telling you about the NHS app. Just be clear, this is the NHS app, not the NHS COVID-19 app. So just want NHS app. And so once we've got that, we're going to click on install. That will then start the install process. While that's happening, you'll see this screen, and once it has finished downloading and installing, then the open button will become green, and then it's available for you to click. I think in the App Store that would be blue, but it does the same job, so it changes to be open once you've actually got it. So you're going to click on open, and that will get you started on the app. So when you've clicked on open, it's going to bring up this screen. So you can instantly get health advice if you need to by clicking on that button. But what we're going to do is log into the app so that we can use it more fully. So to do that, we're going to click on continue with NHS login. Now, it's going to give us a little bit of warning about things. So before we start, it's reminding us this is not the NHS COVID-19 app, and it reminds us that we're going to need to be registered with a GP surgery in England, and that we need to be aged over 13. If you're between 13 and 15, then you need to, it will also help you understand how it works for you. Then you're going to click continue. and it's just going to warn us about cookies. And you've got a choice here. You can either just click accept all cookies, or you can choose which cookies is collected, and that is something that you can change at a later date as well. So if you change your mind about which one of those you've tapped, then you can adjust that later. So we're going to set up our login for the app. So first of all, you're going to put in an email address. So if you tap in this box, it will bring up the keyboard. You can type in your email address, and then you can click continue. Then it will ask you if you want to set up a new NHS login. Well, assuming this is your first time going through that process, then you definitely want to set up a new NHS login. When you click continue on this button here, then it will ask you to put in a password, and that will be then your login details for the NHS app only. So do make sure you put in a password that is memorable to you. Then it's going to remind you that it needs your name, your date of birth and your postcode to complete the match with your NHS record. It needs to match with, obviously it needs to access your NHS record to be able to provide the services that this application provides. It's not a bad thing, it's what it needs. If you can provide your NHS number, then it's helpful, but you can do it without that. And it is going to send you a security code, so you do need to have Signal on your mobile phone when you do this. Once you're ready, you can press continue, and then it's going to ask you for your date of birth. So you're going to tap in the boxes and type in your numbers and then click continue. And then it's going to ask for your postcode, which again you need to tap in the box here, and then it'll bring up the keyboard, type in your postcode, and then you can click submit information, and then it will send you a security number, and it will pop up fairly quickly as a text message. And on my phone you can see the preview of the number here, and that's the number you're going to pop in this box here. If you missed it and you can't see it anymore, then you've got the choice. You can pull down from the top. So if you pull down with your finger from the top of the screen, then it will allow you to see the message, and it always makes the number visible in the preview, so you don't actually have to go through to the message to read it. You can just have a look at it and type the number in there. So once you've got your number in that box, then you're going to click continue. And it's going to take us through to our accepting our conditions of use. So there's various bits you need to read and then agree to. There's two options here. So you have to tick I understand the terms of use. That's a compulsory one. The next one is an optional one, so you can choose whether you tick that or not. I decided to tick it because I'm happy to be helpful to the developers of the application. And then it's not going to tell them anything personal about me, it's just going to help them know how it gets used and how it works. Once you've made your choices with the tick boxes, then you can click continue, and then you've got another question mark that you need to decide about whether or not you're happy to be involved in NHS App user research. I decided to click yes on that and then continue, but you can just as easily press no, do not contact me. Okay, so that's got us through part 1 of logging on. It's connected us with our NHS record, and it gives us the option of, instead of putting a username and password in, then you can use your fingerprint scanner or your face recognition software. And if we want to be able to do that, if your phone has fingerprint scanner, then you can click Open Settings here, and that will just bring it up the option where you can just toggle this button here, and that turns on fingerprint recognition. You can change that at any time. You can, if you don't do it now, you can do it later under the Settings app at the top corner up here. So once you have decided whether you're going to do that, then if you scroll down, it tells us that in order to get full access to the app, you have to prove your identity, and this is where the passport or driver's license comes in. So we're going to go through that process now. That's part 2. Once you've done part 2, then you're there. You've done everything to get full access to all the services on the app. So we're going to click Continue and go through the process of proving who we are. So it just tells us we're going to do that again. I click Continue. So it's telling us what type of ID we're going to use. So if you click on Choose the ID you want to use at the bottom, then it will give you 4 options. Now I decided to use my driver's license, so I have chosen that option there. You can choose, if you're using a passport, you just need to tap in that circle. Once you've chosen which method you're going to use, you're going to click Continue, and then it says, how do you want us to do it? You can either take a photo of it in advance, or you can take a photo through the app. So I did it that way, so I tapped on Take a Photo Now, and then I clicked Continue. And then it asked me if I want to allow it access to my camera, or photos, and I said yes, allow. So then it's reminding me what I need. So you can't have any of the corners covered. You've got to clearly see your face on the ID and all the text, and make sure that there's no reflection shining into the picture from either a flash on your camera or a light from window. So click on Open Camera, and then it will allow you to take the picture, and then it asks you 2 questions. So it basically asks you, have you covered any of the corners? Have you covered up any part with your hands or your fingers? So you have to click no on each of those, and then continue, and then that's that job done. I don't know why I highlighted yes. You need to click no on that one. Then continue, and then it sends your photo through to NHS. So once that's done, so now we have step 2 of the process of proving who we are. And with this one, it's going to scan our face to check it matches with the photo ID we've just sent. It does involve a bit of flashing lights with just the flash of your camera. It's not for a very long time, and but if that kind of thing does really make you feel unwell, then you can choose to record a video instead here. But it's not a huge amount of flashing lights and colours. So for most people, I think you want to click Scan My Face, and then click continue. And it brings some instructions up of how we're going to do this. The first thing it wants you to do is turn up the screen brightness on your device. To do that, you're just going to pull down from the top of your screen on an Android device. If you're on an iPhone, it's from the bottom of the screen up, and that brings down your settings, your quick options on your settings, and at the bottom underneath the icons is this brightness bar here, which you're going to just use your finger to pull right over to the right hand side so that it's on max brightness, and then you can swipe back up with your finger to get rid of that and be back on the NHS app screen, so that you can click start scan here, and then it will bring up a screen a bit like a camera, and it will ask you to adjust the position so that your face is the right size on the screen, and then it'll do a scanning process of your face where it kind of outlines it in different colours, which I think is clever imagery techniques that checks that it matches with the ID on the photo on your ID. Once that's happened, then it'll take you through to step 3, which is to match you to your NHS record. And this is where it gives you the option of giving your full name, your date of birth, your postcode, and your NHS number if you know it. So you're going to click continue, enter your full first name, enter your middle name if you have one. You just tap in the box, the keyboard comes up, then tap in last name, and then once you've got all your names in, you can click continue. And then it asks you for your date of birth, so you can tap in the box and put your number in. You don't need to put zeros in before, so if you're in July, you don't need to put 07, you can just put 7 in the month, and then you can click continue in there. Then it asks you if you know your NHS number. If you click yes, then it gives you this box to type it in on. I used my NHS card to find my NHS number, so you can see that the NHS number is in the top left hand corner there of your NHS card, and there's other ways you can use it, and it tells you all about the different options if you tap on the app there. So once you've got your NHS number and typed it in, then you can click continue. Alternatively, you can just click no, you don't have it, and your full name plus your date of birth is enough for them to find you. And then it says thank you, we're checking your information, and that is basically all you can do at this stage. Once they've checked your information, they will send you an email, and that email will tell you that you've passed the checks and you can use your NHS login. Until you've got that email, then you can't do any further. When you have got that email, then go and watch our part 2 video, and that tells you all about how to use the different aspects that are on the app, and how to use those. Okay, thank you for sticking with me. It's a long process, this one. It's got lots of steps, but hopefully it's less scary having gone through it with me today, and I hope that you managed to achieve it. If you can't do it and you're based in Ambleside area, then do get in touch with me. My email address is info@learningplusambleside.org.uk, and I can help you remotely. And once coronavirus is over, you can come to our face-to-face drop-in workshops to help you with smartphones and digital technology if you want some help using the app or downloading it. Do feel free to ask me any questions. Ask me questions in the comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can and help you out. Okay, see you soon. Bye.